Hello and welcome to another Linux hint tutorial. Today we'll be teaching you how to use Timeshift. Now Timeshift is a really valuable utility. It closely resembles what Windows can do in terms of restoring your system. You use it to make a snapshot of your system, and then once something goes really wrong with it, you can just restore it back to perfect working order, all your files included, every single piece of software you've installed, your entire operating system, just restore it back to what it was. Now the process of installing and using Timeshift is quite simple. In later versions of Linux Mint, like 18, which I use, you can find it in the official repositories, so you can just go and apt-get install it. But for the sake of anyone who's not running the latest version, I'll show you how to add the repository and install it from there. This works for Linux Mint and Ubuntu, but if you're on any other distribution, you can go ahead and download the packages from the official site. To add this one or any repository, you just go This is a Timeshift repository. Now, because I've added it previously, you can see that my message is a little bit different, but it should work on your system just fine. In order to get the latest version from it, just go sudo apt-get update. And after the packages in the repositories are updated, you can just go ahead and apt-get install Timeshift. Now of course you'll have to use super user rights for that. So that's pretty much the whole process of installing it. Now you can use Timeshift from the command line, but because most people won't and there is a pretty nifty graphical interface, I'll just show you how to do that. Now this is the main window of Timeshift. If you're installing it and using it for the first time, the first thing you're gonna see is this wizard. On its first step, it will ask you to choose from two types of snapshots. On its first step, it will ask you to choose between two types of snapshots. All of the advantages and disadvantages are outlined in the text below, so you can go ahead and read it. I'm not gonna explain for the sake of keeping this short. In my case, I go with rsync snapshots, so I'm just gonna go next. I'm gonna choose my partition where to save it, and then from this screen you can choose the frequency of those snapshots. So on a monthly, weekly, daily or hourly basis you can make a snapshot, or you could make one at every boot. And next to every single option you can adjust the amount of snapshots which are to be kept on your system. So I'm gonna go with the default daily basis and a maximum of 5 snapshots on my system. Now this will show you the final screen with some additional information which can make your life easier, so make sure you read it. And once you finish the configuration wizard, you can go ahead and create your first snapshot. Now to do that, it's pretty simple. Just go ahead and press the create button. This will launch the snapshot creation agent, and I'm gonna speed this up so you don't have to wait with me. Now that the snapshot is done, you can see it displayed in the main window, and you can see that you have the date and the time of its creation. You have the system it was created for, and you can type in commands that will be saved once you type them in. So you can pretty much leave Timeshift to do its job, or if you, let's say, find yourself in a situation where you cannot boot into your system after something has gone really wrong with it, you can go ahead and install Linux on a USB stick or a CD and boot from it, install Timeshift. It will display the snapshots that it finds on your system, and from there you can just click the restore button, which you can find right here. which I will not do right now because it will just end this video. But once you click the restore button, it will take a really short time. It's quite quick. And then again, my system is quite tiny, but in your case it could be a little bit slower. But you're gonna find it in perfect working order, just the way you found it when you made that snapshot. So then use that knowledge to keep your system backed up, or if you have a problem, just save it. And thank you.